The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Voting just isn't going to the polls on Election Day anymore. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, breaks down the options your state offers for casting a ballot, empowering you to decide when and where to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, takes the guesswork out of the voting process. How to Vote is an easy-to-use and help folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. Democracy Works is committed to helping you vote, no matter what. Their tool, How to Vote, does just that. You can sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your voted mail ballot, check your voter registration status, find your polling site, and make sure you have the appropriate ID. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote. That's howto.vote. Even though this is a presidential election, there are many more candidates on the ballot besides the president. Go to Ballot Ready for a nonpartisan guide to your entire ballot. From there, you can compare candidates based on stances on issues, biography, or endorsements, and then save your choices to use when you vote by mail or in the voting booth. You can even request your absentee ballot or make a plan to vote early on or election day. This election matters. Make sure you have a plan to vote and vote informed. And this year, with changes to polling places and vote by mail laws as a result of COVID, it's more important than ever to have a plan and vote. Local elected officials affect our lives every day. They decide who to prosecute, monitor the quality of our drinking water, and choose the leadership of our schools. 30% of voters take time to vote and then leave some part of their ballot blank. This is a missed opportunity to choose the leaders of our communities. It's okay if you're unfamiliar with some of the more local positions. We recommend hosting a ballot party. Get together with friends over Zoom, split up the research, and go through the ballots together. Go to ballotready.org and enter your address to make a plan to vote and vote informed. That's ballotready.org.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, as well as Amazon, Audible, and Anchor FM. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful duo from Southern Maine, which is a really happening place to be at this time, and don't get to talk to a lot of people from Maine. It does seem like a very nice place. Of course, they're two brothers. They've been doing this since 2019 and accumulating a lot of songs and a lot of ideas in their head from childhood until now. So we'll find out all about that. They've got a new EP called Rough Draft, and also they got When Anxieties Attack, Trash, All My Time, Heart vs. Head, Life, and more. And we'll be playing one of their songs during the show. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plush Studios in beautiful Southern Maine, ladies and gentlemen, we have David Sprague of Psychopath Etiquette. David, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here.
Well, it's great to have you guys as well, too. So you guys are based out of Southern Maine, and you began Psychopath Etiquette in 2019 and be working on everything from childhood till now. You just accumulate a lot of stuff. You also have an EP out called Rough Draft, and you got some tunes like When Anxieties Attack, Trash, All My Time, also Heart vs. Head, Life, and more. And you just have some amazing stories to tell. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
I come from a very musical family, so we've always been sort of into music. But my brother and I have been playing together off and on our whole lives. And this band is sort of just like us deciding to finally take it seriously.
Mm-hmm. And how'd you come up with the name Psychopath Etiquette?
I just love... well, part of it was getting the .com. That was kind of big for us. But we were going through band names, and those words together just, I don't know. I just like the way that they sound and the way they work, and kind of the idea behind it.
And what was the idea of Psychopath Etiquette?
Well, it's not really a fully fleshed out idea, but basically it's just the idea that we're all a little bit crazy, and there's sort of like an etiquette that we're just all following and like kind of faking it a little bit, and some of us are better than others at doing it, but we're all a little bit crazy.
Well, you guys seem crazy about it too, and it's making me crazy, which is a good thing, and I'm looking forward to what you got. So you guys got a really good start, and what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into forming Psychopath Etiquette? In other words, what was that moment that said, this is what we're going to do for sure?
It was sort of a... I turned 30. That was a big part of it. But it was like I was like in between jobs, and I was like looking at everything that I'd done, and I started all these projects and never finished any of them. And it was just like, you know what, let's get serious about, just pick one thing and go with it. And so in some ways we've done that with the band, in some ways we haven't. But it was just sort of like a wake up, and you're 31 and you're like, hey, let's make something happen.
Mm-hmm. And I think you guys are off to a really good start as well, too. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, musicians, and guitarists growing up in your childhood?
Well, in my early childhood, like probably the first musician I ever started listening to was Johnny Cash. My parents had him on cassette, and I used to sneak away and listen to him. as often as I could. But after that, I mean, I love a lot of different kinds of music. I love like Modest Mouse and Third Eye Blind are huge for me. Damien Rice, who's a sort of a Irish-British singer, songwriter, he inspires me a lot. And yeah, there's a bunch of them, but that's pretty much the basics of it.
And how do you describe your sound as?
Our style of music, how do we describe it?
Yeah, how would you describe your sound?
So it's sort of like we're trying basically to fuse all the things that we like about rock with all the things we like about folk. So we're trying to like not lose the story and the heart and the stuff that we grew up with, but still get to that upbeat kind of energy that rock brings to the table. So it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of fusion of both.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like you're doing a really good job, but we'll talk about some of your music in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, as well as Amazon, Audible, Anchor FM, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with David Sprague from Psychopath Etiquette here on The Mike Wagner Show, based out of Southern Maine. They've been doing this since 2019 and just put everything on the line. They have a new EP called Rough Draft. And tell us about the EP, Rough Draft.
So the EP it's called Rough Draft because it very much is a rough draft. And it was basically just like, hey, let's get something that like down and recorded that we can give to people right away, like as fast as we can. And so we were kind of in the middle of writing songs anyway, so we just pretty much took the first 6 songs that we wrote, recorded it in like 2 days in our basement with like a computer and 2 microphones. And yeah, so that's what it is. It's rough, but it's all raw, and it's we're pretty happy with it. It's a pretty good representation of the sound that we're going for, at least.
It sounds like a really good mix as well, too. And you also have songs called Trash and All My Time, Heart versus Head, Life, and you've got When Anxieties Attack. We'll play in just a few minutes. And tell us about some of those songs.
So, yeah, it's a pretty broad range. It gets from, like, really aggressive electric guitar to really soft acoustic guitar with piano. But yeah, Trash vs. Treasure, Trash/Treasure, I should say, is probably my favorite song. But When Anxiety Attacks is the one I think that resonates most with people, and for sure that's what our experiences showed us.
Mm-hmm. And do you think When Anxieties Attack have to do with the current pandemic?
It was written before the pandemic, but I think that it's one of the reasons why it's resonating with people now has to do with that for sure. I mean, we're all a little bit anxious, I think, so.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you had perfect timing right there. It sounds like a little bit of futuristic. So I think we've covered Trash/Treasure, and I think I'm not sure if we covered All My Time, Heart versus Head, and Life. And Life, now you can just tell us about those songs.
So, yeah, I mean, All My Time is kind of a classic sort of simplistic love song. It's just about really the beginnings of a relationship where you just want to spend all of your time with someone and just get to know everything about them and let them know everything about you, that kind of energy. And so it's not like it's not going to blow you away, but it's kind of a nice just a little bit of a romantic song with a twist. Heart vs. Head is sort of the theme that goes through the whole album, or I guess EP, and it's just the idea that I've been basically battling my heart against my head my whole life, and it's debatable which one's winning right now. But just the idea that love is really weird, and everyone should understand that it is. And when you stop to think about it for too long, you get like all up in your head. And so it's really a battle. That's what love pretty much is to me, just a battle.
It sounds like today's social media, it seems like it's not a heart versus head, but you got a third party in there, heart versus head versus social media. It's like a three-way war.
For sure.
You also have another one there, too, called Show and Tell, and just tell us more about that.
Yeah, Show and Tell is a song that I basically wrote and recorded all in one take. I was sort of writing it as I was recording it, but I sort of fell in love with the hook. It's basically just about being like totally honest and vulnerable with someone, and basically just hoping for the best and seeing where it goes. But it's about, vulnerability and honesty and the dangers that entails.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I was going to ask as well, too, before we play Anxieties Attack, what do you base your lyrics on mostly?
I mean, I've lived a long 33 years at this point. I have I'd like to think that I've jam-packed it full with life experience. So I draw a lot on that. I also get inspired by other songs and ideas and art in general. But mostly I'm drawing from life experience. And sometimes it's not as straightforward as, like, this is something that literally happened to me. But it's more like the ideas of relationships and the kinds of relationships I've been in. Mm-hmm. Will pop up throughout the songs.
And what was life like for you in southern Maine?
It's pretty close to back to normal, actually. I mean, everyone wears masks, but we're all just going shopping, going to work, and coming home, and watching football.
There you go. And we're going to play When Anxieties Attack in just a minute with Psychopath Etiquette. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking our budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with David Sprague of Psychopath Etiquette from Southern Maine here on the Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's one of their songs from Psychopath Etiquette's EP Rough Draft, and some of their tunes hit number 2 on the iTunes chart in South Africa. Right now, here's When Anxieties Attack, right here from Psychopath Etiquette on the Mike Wagner Show.
I don't want you to think you need to tell me the truth. I don't want you to think you need to have an excuse. When the darkness hits your heart and you feel like it's falling apart, well, I'll be there when you need me, when you're ready. I don't want you to think you need to show me the proof of your scars, and I don't want you to think you need to give me the key to your heart when the past holds you back and you're trapped where you are and the shadows have stolen your spark. When you can't leave your bed 'cause you can't lift your head, well, there's gas in the getaway car. And I'll be there when you fall, if you call. Attack. Those bastards, they travel in the pack. I wrote to say that I have your back. I wrote to say that I drew a map. And I'll be there in your headphones, so you never have to face it alone. Oh, no.
And that's Psychopath Etiquette with From the Rough Draft release. That was When Anxieties Attack on the Mike Wagner Show. And where can we find When Anxieties Attack and Rough Draft at, David?
Pretty much anywhere you look for music. It's on iTunes, obviously, and Spotify. Like all of the songs I've ever written, basically, are on SoundCloud if you want to check that out. And it's all just under Psychopath Etiquette, so pretty easy to find. It's a pretty rare band name.
And by the way, that was a great tune. By the way, I really loved it. It makes me think of Smashing Pumpkins in a way. That was a great tune, by the way. So
Sweet. Well, I appreciate that. I love the Smashing Pumpkins.
Great. Okay. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, David?
Well, actually, hopefully, we're about to get into the studio again in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully 2021 we'll have a release of a full-length album that we really get to sink our teeth into and take our time with. So that's what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the songs can we expect from you then?
I'm hoping to come up with just 12 new ones. We're in the writing process right now, and I'm kind of happy with the EP the way it stands. So I don't really feel like remaking any of those songs. I think we're just going to let it exist the way it is and just come out with a full new album.
That sounds very good. Once again, David Sprague of Psychopath Etiquette here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a couple more things. We'd love to have you back on. You've been great. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I mean, if we're going not musical, it's definitely my dad. He's been like my best friend and my biggest supporter my whole life. So no questions asked there.
Okay. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point? It's kind of, it's getting crazy out there. But it's also a great time to be an artist right now, actually, I think, because a lot of people are stuck at home and they've got nothing to do and nothing to watch, and they're looking to be entertained. So if you're an entertainer of any kind, there's a way to find a platform. And so basically just, get out there and find it. Certainly will. And once again, David Sprague of Psychopath Etiquette here on the Mike Wagner Show. David, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music? So our biggest thing right now is our Facebook page, which is just Psychopath Etiquette. You type it into Facebook and then we're there. Boom. Number one, top of the charts. And that's where most of our stuff goes through. Most of our content gets posted there. We go live there like 4 nights a week. So that's the best way to come and kind of hang out and chill with us. We're also simultaneously streaming to Twitch all of that time. So if you're down with the Twitch game, we're down there too. And yeah, music is anywhere you listen to music. I usually send people to Spotify because it's free and they can just listen as much as they want. And it's good for us. It's good for them. So. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm sure my boys playing games will be happy to join you on Twitch too. So you got some fans right there. So once again, David, a very big thank you for your time with Psychopath Etiquette. You've been absolutely terrific. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond, and keep in touch. You've been great.
Thank you so much. I loved it. It's good.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.